So, welcome back, everybody. This is Art Through the Apocalypse. We're going to go into our cosplay section this week. I'm Cable Rose. This is Let's Talk Leadership. Tonight on the show, we have one of my personal cosplayers that I have followed for many years. I came across Mike probably 2, 3, 4 years ago, and I've been following him ever since. And so I got to tell you, it's going to be a fun one today to see what Mike's been bringing to the show. And we'll go from there. On a side note, I want to give a shout out to Mike for his veteran. He's a veteran like myself. I just want to thank him for his service and for being a part of the bigger, badder picture that we do. So to everybody out there in TV land, let's introduce Mike Q, and we'll get Mike on the show. Mike, tell us about yourself.
All right, Cable. Hey, thanks for having me at first. And as always, appreciate your service as well, man.
Thank you.
But yeah, so I'm originally from Texas as well, Corpus Christi, and like I said, I did 8 years in the Navy, and then got out. I met my wife in the military as well. She just recently retired, and now we're but moved back to her hometown here in Fort Walton. You know, you get that station.
It's like hard. It's hard.
Right?
It's hard not to say station, right? I got PCS back home. Yeah.
But it's nice. It's been nice being in one spot now and doing what I get to love to do here. So.
Well, let's talk about that, Mike. So having you on tonight, I told everybody you're a cosplayer, obviously, but how did you get into cosplay? And let's talk about that. What's your background into this?
So I want to say cosplaying originally, man, back when I was like 5 or 6 years old, maybe a little bit more. But I remember going through my grandpa's garage. My grandpa was a car painter at home. And he's the one that taught me a lot of this stuff, painting and airbrushing and all that stuff. So I got a lot of skills from him. But so he would have boxes come in, man, and I'm there just cutting up like it was back then. It was Mortal Kombat. And so I'd have the Mortal Kombat little suit like Scorpion, I'd go find me a t-shirt and wrap around my head, and then me and my brother would just, go and have fun. And until this day, that's what it's all about been to me is getting dressed up and going to have fun and meeting new people about it. But Star Wars has always been there for me. I'm about to be 35. 99 is when Phantom Menace came out, and then we went to the movies and saw that, and I was hooked. I was like, Darth Maul. I saw him. I was like, oh my God, dude, that is so awesome. I got to be like him. So I tried my best, with what the clothes I had, at my age and stuff like that. And I bought a few costume stuff online. But other than that, after that, my brother's like, there's more movies, right? I was like, no. I was like, what? So yeah, we went, and me and him pitched in. We bought the VHSs, and then we sat there and watched them, man. And I was hooked. I was really hooked.
Well then, so let me jump in there, Mike. So do me a favor. Some cosplayers are all over. Like myself, if you go to my Instagram page, one day I'm like positivity, one day I'm like funny memes, one day I'm family pics or whatever. But is your cosplay? Are you focused into that Star Wars realm, or do you diverse and get out there?
It has. I mean, so I guess you can say that it started off because when the Force Awakens came out, my wife bought me that Kylo Ren costume.
Okay.
And then, well, not the costume, but the Black Series helmet.
Yes.
And then from there, like I started, just making the costume myself by looking at what was on screen and stuff like that, and then finding somewhat fabric. Yep, right there. I think that's about my 4th time making that costume.
The 4th time making this one? So yeah. I wish, and I apologize, my edits are, my green screen edits are terrible, but the detail, let me talk about what is in, dude, some of the detail in your Kylo Ren, it's a perfectly fit. Obviously, you're going to take the time to cut this to, you're not going to have a saggy t-shirt on here, right? But this thing is cut to fit. I wish I could see the belt on this. And in post-production, I'll stick it up here in the corner so we can see it. But I got to tell you, man, the first time I saw you pull out Ren, and you do me a favor, Mike. Give me the yeah, there it is. Dude,
but most of the time I'm like smiling because the kids are around. When I got the helmet on, I look menacing, but I'm smiling in the inside because it just brings me joy, all of that stuff, doing this stuff. But so yeah, come back to that, man. Is military, being in the military. That's where I actually learned to sew. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I was a parachute rigger for 8 years, and
Oh
so I was
yeah.
preparing parachutes, life preservers, life rafts, all that kind of stuff like that. Paying attention to the detail because
Because you
we're the
got
last to
to.
let you down is what our motto was. So that from then on, that's always been my priority was the detail and everything like that.
So do me a
But
favor though. I got to know on a side note what kind of machine you got. What are you sewing on these days?
well, I got three. Well, no, I take that back. I got four. I got the serger. Most of it's been brother. I do have a singer down here that does my leather work, um, and then another brother that does the serger machine there at the end to get those nice corners nice
Oh
and
yeah.
pretty.
So I tell
But
you, my mother's got this. She's in Florida. She built the Florida room, the sun room, and she's got all
I
of her.
got one right there.
She's got 4 or 5 machines in there. The same thing, the serger with the hoops and the digitizer, and she can take stuff
Mhm.
from the internet. And oh man, it's amazing what they can do with those machines. And so you can see
You
it
know,
when you put like Kylo Ren on. You can see it in there.
yeah. Growing up, I never thought I would be owning 5 sewing machines. No, but hey, man, like I said, I love it, man. It brings me joy, and it's so awesome to do.
And it
So
does. And so I want to showcase a few more because that was your Ren. I
yeah,
believe you said, and help me out here if this is incorrect, let me know. Is this you or was this your son?
no, that's me. That's my
Okay.
Death Trooper there.
Dude,
Um,
let me tell you. I wish I could get out of the way of this thing. The first few times I saw this on you, I can hear this cosplay. I can hear
yeah,
that
they're chatter
encrypted,
there.
the encrypted. Yep, I can hear it in this. It's a fantastic Death Trooper. And every time I play Battlefront 2, when I get the
Yeah.
opportunity to choose him, I'm him every time. I don't care if I suck.
Oh, no
I don't
doubt.
care.
No.
Every time I'm choosing a Death Trooper. So we've got Death Trooper. I
So
didn't realize
unfortunately,
this.
Cable though, unfortunately, I sold my Death Trooper.
Okay.
So I got rid of it. I was accumulating too many costumes. Uh, so I'm sitting there, and my wife is always beating into me. She's like, "Hey, it's gonna just sit here. You're just gonna look at it. Why have it when you can maybe make something that you're gonna want to wear?"
Sure.
And don't get me wrong, I wanted to wear the Death Trooper, but Chewbacca has always been my favorite.
So let me
Always been
talk
my
about this because I want to get out of the way.
favorite.
Okay. I didn't realize,
Yeah.
Mike. Now, Mike, I don't want to call you out or nothing, but I don't think you're 8 feet tall.
No, no. So I actually used my military boots and made some platform boots. They're about seven
Oh,
7 inches tall, and then there's another 2 or 3 inches of a heel incline as well to get me that thing. And a lot of people, what they use there is they use the stilts.
yep.
And like I said, my detail, it was just gnawing at me when I saw people with stilts. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, they look wonderful in cosplay. Chewbacca's so awesome, but I didn't like the trunk leg
Yep.
kind of going down.
Yep.
And so I wanted to make it look like, Peter Mayhew had that nice skinny leg going down, and then his foot. So I went ahead and went with that platform boot, style. And I know a lot. If you look at me, I'm about 7'2", and a lot of the Chewbacca cosplayers go for that like 7'5" look. So I'm a little bit shorter, man, but I absolutely love this costume, and it's so much fun, and it brings so much joy to everybody.
Well, I'll tell you right there, Mike. The first time I saw this on your page, I went, "Is he on set?" Like I didn't know. I couldn't figure out. I was like, "Where the?" And then I started looking, and it's like, "Oh my God, this really is." Because there are some very different levels of Chewbacca. And again, I'm a noob. I could wear a hat and put some paint on and go as Harry Potter, whatever. I don't care about the level, right? But when you look at this one, I thought, man, this is a damn good quality. So I don't know what you used. I don't know where I also want to know who combs you during the cons? Who has to follow you and comb you during the con?
Oh, my wife. My wife is always there making sure everything looks good. She's always, oh, this hair needs to be here. And of course, some of the other guys from the 5 person I'm walking around too. But yeah, man, that's about 7 months of hard work of hook and latching some hair into some netting. And my wife is really, really excited that it's done because she was tired of picking up hairballs all across.
Well, I saw one. You've got the black face paint, you know, so when you get the
Yeah.
garb on and you actually go, I really like it. You've already said it a couple of times, Mike, and we'll get to this question, but you've already said it. You just love, because even under Kylo Ren, you're still smiling, you know, you're still,
Oh
they
yeah.
can't see it, but you just have so much joy that then it exudes or it transfers, and you can see the joy coming from the audience or the crowd or just anybody that's standing around. I think that's fantastic. Um,
And yeah, that's what I like, man. It's just, I love that people see my work, and I wouldn't call them fans because I'm nobody special, but I just love seeing the reaction that I get from it, and
yep.
I'm happy that I'm doing something that makes other people happy as well, and it makes me happy.
Yep. So there's like three parts to there. It's your passion. It's your passion into the effort. Like you said, you've got the machines, you've got one for the leather, you've got one for, you're going to latch and stow and put that thing together, the whole thing. And then when you walk into a con or you walk into, doesn't matter. Have you ever done the Barnes and Noble Star Wars Day? Have you ever done one of those?
Oh yeah, yeah. No matter where we go, I mean, it's just awesome. I mean, just recently, we went on a little photo shoot on the beach. And I'll be posting some pictures of that. It was Mando and my Scarif Trooper.
Okay.
But yeah, man, even there, the kids out there were just like all the joy. I mean, of course, we always stop and we took pictures with them. They would ask it, and
yep.
it's so awesome. It's so awesome to see that.
So, like you said, maybe you don't have fans, or maybe not, but I will tell you, I am your fan, Mike, because like I said, I've got 3 or 4 years where I'm just excited to see the next time that post. And you and I just spoke a little while ago about one of my favorites is Rogue One. So when this one came out, dude, when your Scarif, I gotta move. When your Scarif hit, I was all about this. I'm telling you, I don't know how or what you did, but the first time I saw it, I ran, Alicia, I got my wife, look at this, look. And I was like, the dude did a Scarif, and like I said, one of my favorite films, but this one really pulled off.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and Rogue One, by far, I love, one of my top favorites. But yeah, and the Scarif too, and definitely a favorite among the other costumes that I got too. But I mean, I just love the detail that I got to put into it, and that was the first kit that I actually started using the airbrushing skills and stuff like that. With that one, and
it worked out well.
Yeah, I love the detail that I got from using the airbrush. So, man, that's my my side holster now is that airbrush gun with doing the cosplay stuff.
So then I got to tell you, again, 2020 has been a hell of a year. We've had fires and pandemics and I don't know, murder hornets, whatever. We've had a hell of a year. But I will tell you, one of the things that came out of 2020 was, and I know it was just in, I think last year when Mando came out, right? You got the Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
But let's talk about, nope, I got to go the other way. Let's talk about your Mando. Please tell me about this process. Tell me.
I mean, I absolutely love it. All the hard parts are 3D printed. It was from Grade 8 Studios, who did an amazing job on the files. There are Science Industries that went and did all the leather work as well. Of course, I made the soft parts for him, the flight suit, the cummerbund, and then the flak vest and the cape. But I mean, and then I got Jsin Props, the man, working on the helmet too. Yeah, man, I absolutely love this cosplay, and my wife too. I made her a Mando as well. And then I love the way hers came out. And I'm not saying I was jealous about it, but I wanted to have a cosplay with her where we're kind of side by side and we look together,
Okay. Well, I got to tell you, we'll do a couple things. If you don't mind, I'd love to get the name of your 3D printer, your leather. I'd love to get all of that, and we can put it down in the sub notes for the post of this, because I think that's a great shout out to those companies that are doing that stuff.
Yeah. I think there's my company right there, the Dark Side Closet. And then, I focus Rogue One. Rogue One's got me. I love Rogue One. So I focus on all the tank trooper. This is the AT, ACT. I make all the soft parts for all those, the Death Trooper, the Short Trooper. And then the Mando is what we just started making as well. I'm only doing like a small run of those right now. Okay. I am just a little bit overwhelmed with orders coming in, and then COVID-19 shutting down supplies coming in. It It's been, yeah, 2020 has been bad.
It's been a hell of a year, right? I will give you that much. It has been an absolute
Yeah.
interesting one. Dude, but between you and me, I'm looking at your tank trooper here. I'm looking at your baby Yoda. Is
Yeah.
this a floater? Did I see this was a floater?
So yeah, this is, well, I built, I also weld too. I weld for 8 years as well. So I made like a whole bracket in the back that you can, it's kind of hidden. I made it where it's kind of hidden so you won't be able to see it as much. But it comes back kind of like an L and then posts up, and then there's the prim, so to say, for Mando. And I wanted to make something. We had Pensacon going on, like I explained to you. That's where I met
Yeah.
Weird Al, right? So I wanted
Yeah.
something, to display that's pretty cool. So and something new. Well, we've been having the same kind of display set up for a while, so I wanted to add something new to our 501st display. So I went ahead and made this, and the first thing I was trying to find was just the shell, how to make it. And so the first thing I thought, I was like, it looks like an egg. So I went on Facebook Market and typed like egg furniture, and then it came up with an IKEA children's chair.
I know the chair. I know the chair.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like an egg kind of thing. It had the yolk little. Yeah.
Yep.
And they can hide away in the little cover and everything like that. But so yeah, that's what that is. It's just turned sideways.
Genius.
And
absolutely genius.
And then the rest of the stuff is just pretty much foam that I got from my local store, and then I made a few blankets in there for him, and then that one was the 3D printed Baby Yoda from Sean Fields, I believe. I can't remember his company. Sorry, man.
That's okay. No, you're good.
But yeah, I 3D printed that, and then whipped out the airbrush and tried to make all the detail, and then made his little suit and everything going on. Yeah.
Yep. His little turtleneck.
Yeah. And I mean, I love it, man. It came out pretty awesome. Yeah.
I think it's badass. Seriously, that is a fun one. And like you said, the new Mando, the storyline between Jon Favreau and then all the inspirational directors as they take on each of those episodes and they take that. I think that's going to be years to come. Just that we do. It was almost like needed. We had 9 movies. We had a completed, we'll say, storyline. And people were concerned, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? And I don't think it's ever going to end. I mean, like you said, man.
I don't. And I love the last season of Clone Wars too. Was amazing as well. Oh, I absolutely loved it. I love the way I like how we got to see the other side of the Clone Wars, the ending of the Clone Wars.
Yep.
And that was amazing. And like I said, Mando is just killing it. And the gallery kind of thing, man. The whole behind the scenes and stuff like that. And that's what motivates me more. So I want to one day eventually get to a place like that or a job like that, and work into anything, costuming and stuff like that. That's
you're
my
only
passion.
A couple hours from Disney. I mean, you're right there. You know what? You say that. It's funny. My mother's a seamstress. She doesn't have a job in a seamstress world. She's sewn out of necessity. She grew up in a small town in Michigan. She grew up with like 5, 6 sisters, and mom and dad, they were not very well off. So they made their own clothes, and she's almost 70 now and rocks out these amazing, pieces of purposeful clothing. One of her dream jobs was to go be the seamstress at Disney and just be behind some of the costumes and put all that stuff together. And I think it'd be awesome. I think that would be an amazing dream job.
Oh yeah. That's definitely one of my dream jobs. I'm trying to make, right now I work 2 jobs. I work my full-time job. I work for a boat lift company here in the Panhandle. And then, of course, my dark side closet job. So as soon as I get off of work, I spend time with the family about 8 o'clock. I come in my shop here, and I just go to town, sewing parts together and stuff like that. I mean, it's fun. And I enjoy being able to provide the community, with the stuff that they need, so to say, to finish their costume or finish their Star Wars cosplay and stuff like that. And I enjoy seeing not only my stuff out there, but I enjoy seeing other people's builds, and that's another thing too.
So Mike, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. That's that from the heart kind of mentality we're talking about. But what I want to do is highlight a couple different things. One, the creativity of a cosplayer such as yourself. You just said it. You'd love to see what other cosplayers or what other creativeness comes out of the community, right? I love the idea of a noob. I'm going to show up. I'm going to have a 99-cent, lightsaber from
Yeah.
the at Walmart and walk in, and people are going to love it and still accept us and be a part of the community. So I love how this world comes together. I know you're 501st. I know that there's chapters all over, and then you've got the Wampas, and you've got and everybody's got their coin. I saw your coin challenge you did the other
Yeah.
day. Dude, I think this is amazing stuff for the 501st and what they do for the community. And then when you talk about the creativeness, you could do anything. You want to do a tank trooper, you want to do Scarif, you wanted to do Death Trooper, and
Yeah.
then it finds a home. It's never going to just sit on a shelf, and it did, and then it found another home. And there's another cosplayer out there absolutely loving their Death Trooper that you made, and it's just having a new life and rejuvenating that. But I love the way you said it a couple times today. You just love to see those smiles on the face. Doesn't matter where
Yeah.
you are. Doesn't matter what you're doing. When you see those smiles on the face, that's really what it is. Stop to take those pictures.
Oh yeah.
What kind of roar do you get out of Chewbacca, or do you have anything?
I made I followed, it was someone on YouTube did like a tutorial kind of thing, and it's just about like four little triggers here in my hand, and then I downloaded some roars that I found online and just had
Yep.
like a little acre speaker, and perfect. It works perfect.
That's awesome, man. Seriously, if I walk in and I don't know it's you and you're roaring at me, I'm a 8-year-old kid again watching Star Wars in front of me
Yeah.
every time. I'm 44, I'm 43 years old, same thing, man. It doesn't matter if I'm this age or an 8-year-old, we still have that same level of joy every time we get to see our cosplayers as they show up.
Yeah, man, and it's always, and especially like this, how it brought us together, and that it's just it's so awesome meeting so many different people, in not even just in the States, man, like in the world. And
Yes.
and I get friend requests constantly on Facebook of different cosplayers across the world, and I absolutely love it because we all have something in common. And like I said, I love seeing everyone's builds and everyone's, and I get inspired by other people as well,
Sure.
to do
You're
different
like, ooh, I
costumes.
like that. I'm gonna go try that one. Or
Yeah.
ooh, I just want to go watch them show up at the con or whatever, right? Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Well, listen, Mike. I appreciate your time. One, coming on and just sharing us with your past, your history, and how you got to be sitting in the shop today. The idea you've got 3 or 4 machines back there ready to get fired up. You've ventured out into 3D printing, and you've got Leatherworks, and you've got all kinds of stuff. I love the fact that you can take applicable skills that you learned. Right, military. You were say
Oh
it
yeah.
again, a parachuter. That's not the right term. What was it?
Parachute rigger.
A
A
rigger,
parachute
right?
rigger. Yeah.
Yep, you
Yeah.
were a rigger. You got all that stuff put together. You knew exactly what you were doing to save somebody's life. Now you're actually put it together to walk back into a con and have the exact same quality put together, man. I think it's amazing
Yeah, man.
what you do, and to the community out there as well. But Mike, is there anything else you want to say to the audience before we get going?
No, man. Y'all just keep up the good work. I love seeing it, man. And Cable, thanks for having me, man. This has
Yep.
been an awesome pleasure.
Good times, Mike. Listen, to everybody out there at TV land, this was Art Through the Apocalypse with Mike Q, and we will catch you guys on the flip flop.
All right, Jay, welcome to the show, the Dark Side Closet. How you doing today?
I'm doing great.
All right. So you're into cosplaying, that correct?
Yes.
So tell me, what got you into cosplaying?